Hi, I'm Brian Knabb, and I'm your instructor for online principles of economics. Whether you're taking micro or macro, this video introduction will suffice for both. Again, you can find my information here under instructor information. Virtual office hours are coming soon, and now let's begin with the intro. So when you log on to your Blackboard, you will see this under the Start Here tab. You will see the video introduction, your textbook with the ISBN, which you could copy and paste into Google if you find a better deal than the bookstore. You will need the bundle and at least a 1 semester access to MindTap Economics for your textbook, whether that's principles of macro or micro. Here's your course requirements, a discussion board rubric, a link to the exam dates, and a link to your first discussion board post, which is where you introduce yourself. Alright, so the course is pretty basic. You'll spend most of your time here under Learning Materials and Schedule. What you will find is a link. This course is linked to MindTap, and this is why this is both your Learning Materials and Schedule. When you log on to MindTap, go into this link. You get a 2-week free trial if you want to give the course a try before you actually purchase the book and the access code. And what you'll see is a weekly calendar of what is due. P stands for practice. G stands for graded. I tell you when these are due. This one's due at 11 p.m. on the 29th. These are due at 11:59 on the 29th. And what you have is the G is graded again, and the P are practice. You also have some videos here. If you want to watch a roadmap video from your author, you have access to the online chapter on the book, and you have problem walkthrough videos that will help you work through problems step by step that you will encounter either in the direct from text homework or the APLIA homework. Some important information about direct from text versus APLIA. Direct from text only counts for 5% of your MindTap grade, while APLIA counts for 15% of your MindTap grade. Well, I'm sorry. Direct from text is 5%, APLIA is 20%. For a total of 25% of your grade. So essentially this is 4 points and this is 15 points of your grade. The reason being direct from text, and I will be doing how-to videos on some of the more difficult questions from both, but direct from text you only get one chance to answer the questions. You'll start off with 6 multiple choice, and these are derived from the back of your book. So if you look at your book in the back of each chapter, you will find these questions and they're aligned to that. So you'll have your multiple choice questions. You also have problems and applications, and this is where it says here check all the following. So this would say you could check 1 or 2, and then when you get done you will save and continue. You want to make sure until the very end of when it's due you hit I'm done, grade assignment now. Once you hit I'm done, grade assignment now, you cannot go back and change your answer. So don't do that until the actual due date. Just save and continue. Once the due date occurs, it's going to automatically grade your assignment anyway. But you only get 1 attempt at each of these. So that's why I've weighted them less than the MindTap assignments. The APLIA assignments. Which if you look at the APLIA assignments, alright, you get 3 attempts. Now I will keep the highest score. That will be what I do. Right here it says average. So it'll say keep the highest. And what you can do here is, boom, you click on that, hit grade it now. Oh, I got it wrong. You get the explanation, and you can hit try another version. Once you hit try another version, same type of question, maybe different format, different numbers. But again, then you can try it again. You hit grade it now. Oh, I still got it wrong. So I still have another attempt here. And I will keep the highest attempt, not just the average. Other than that, those are your 2 assignments that you'll have on a weekly basis. You just want to make sure that some weeks, because this is a 10-week semester, you'll have 2 chapters to complete. So you want to make sure that you get ahead of this work and that you don't let it procrastinate and try to do it all in one night, because some of this, again, can be quite lengthy, require at least, I'd say, 3 to 4 if not 5 hours a week worth of work. So you want to give yourself enough time, especially when there's 2 chapters, to do that. A few other tools I want to show you. If you look down here, there's an A+ app. It's an adaptive test prep. You can create your own review tests. Based on, maybe if you look at your Applia and you see that you're weak in certain areas, you'll probably want to, set up a test. You're going to create a new test, and you can choose any section from your book that you feel you just want to review, and so let me choose one, and then you do the number of questions, maybe 15, and you hit take test now. And then here you have some multiple choice questions, similar to what you'll see on the exam. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of this, especially on the sections that you feel you did not do as well with. And then once you hit submit and review test, okay, I'm just going to do this very quickly. You'll find, I got these questions wrong, but you also, if you open up this question, it'll tell you the right answer, but you can also go to Quick Coach video series right here where they will go over this question with you, or you can go directly to your e-reader where you can find the answer or the text exactly in the text where this particular question was derived from. So maybe that's the way you might want to read the textbook, is start off with test, and then that way you're just reading what you don't understand or what you can't comprehend. That might be a good way to review. That might be a good way to read the text. You will read. The reason we have this MindTap program is because practice is very important when it comes to mastery. So you will have enough practice before you get to the exams that they should not be a problem. Again, so this is your MindTap program. That's your A+ app. There's some other apps over here you might want to familiarize yourself with. Flashcards. You really want to master the vocabulary with any new subject. And you can play around and see if there's any other apps of value. But the one I would mainly use is, obviously you're going to use these two, but also the adaptive test prep. That's very important, especially maybe the day or before you're taking the exam. But you want to space it out some. You don't want to try to cram. Cramming has been proven ineffective. So if you can knock out a few of these assignments and maybe a few sections at a time, if your schedule allows or permits you to do so, that's probably a better strategy than trying to cram all this in one night, including the exam. And it requires a lot of discipline on an online course. So let me exit out of here, and we're back here. Here's your Cengage technical support, and here are also all the course PowerPoints. Now, another thing you need to be mindful of is we do have discussion boards that are due, and you can have the due dates along with the discussion board. What you have here are introductions when it comes to buying textbooks. At least in the macro version of the course, it says make sure you complete the MindTap assignment that prepares you for this discussion under the discussion board assignments tab. In the micro course, I don't have any of these assigned, but in the macro course, I do. And that's right under the discussion board. So right there, you just have an activity you have to, if I go here, you'll have a news analysis activity that you need to complete and then go into the discussion board and answer the questions. Again, that's only in the macro version of the course. Okay, so you don't have too many discussion boards throughout the course, so I want you to do a really good job and remember to take a look at the discussion board rubric. I like to keep these open so that we can continue to build upon or respond to our classmates and not feel rushed and feel like we're just getting things done. So I'm going to keep these open for the whole semester. But at least, if you look at the rubric, you at least need to post once a week or and respond to your classmates and share this information with each other. Okay. So again, you'll have your due dates there on the discussion board, and your discussion board rubric is under the Start Here tab. Now, another thing that you have to be mindful of are your exams. You have your exam due dates. They're usually on Sundays at the end of whatever unit these chapters. So chapter 4 will be due 6/12, but again, the exam is due 6/12 as well. So you want to make sure you don't complete chapter 4 or all the work on that Sunday that you need to take the exam. And the exams will be made available as we get closer to that week that they're due. So that Other than that, you have exams, and let's just go into some of your information and course requirements here about far as grading. You have 5 exams. They're worth 60% of your final grade. You have your MindTap grade, which is again worth 25%, while Applia is weighted 80%, which is 20 points towards your final grade, and Direct from Text is worth 5 total points. Okay, and 15% of your grade will come from the discussion board post. The discussion board rubric under the Start Here tab will tell you how you can earn full credit. The schedule again is under MindTap. And you just need to be mindful of the discussion board post and the exams. So those are the 3 folders that you want to, or 3 tabs that you want to be mindful of. Make sure that you're checking them, and I will send out announcements when the discussion boards due or exams are due. I will release announcements as well. Welcome to the Principles of Economics, whether micro or macro. I'm Brian Knabb. I look forward to working with you, and hopefully I'm a good ambassador to the subject of economics, because all we're doing here is trying to introduce you to economic thought, to different theories about how to allocate scarce resources, debates over efficiency and equity, what's fair, and these are the debates that you see taking place between the political candidates today, whether that's healthcare, whether that's redistribution from the rich to the poor, tax rates. Economics is a part of every discussion in politics and a very important part of your life.